So, why did your ex leave you? Because the reasons they gave you didn't really add up. They probably brought up a lot of little stuff throughout the course of the relationship that, might have not been the best thing. It might have been some little problem, but it definitely wasn't worth ending a relationship over. So, what's the real reason? Now, the biggest three things that I've seen in terms of reasons for breaking up are really something that falls into one of the following three categories. Number one, irreconcilable problems. You guys have had a lot of problems over the course of the relationship, and you fought about it a lot. You didn't have communication skills. There was a lot of exacerbation of the problems, and they didn't get settled, and so eventually people get emotionally exhausted from fighting about the same things over and over. Number two, it's an avoidant getting triggered and running away. So if somebody is avoiding attachment, and for some reason their partner stresses them out, either by communicating their needs or their boundaries, or there's some kind of life event that happens that stresses them out, and then they feel like they're stressed to also be in the relationship, and so they disengage. When it's an avoidant leaving, oftentimes the original partner didn't even necessarily have a hand in that. It was really outside of their circle of control. And lastly, and this is a very, very common one, which is that there was a loss of attraction in the relationship. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a problem that has a physical origin. It's not like necessarily that you got out of shape or anything like that, but it could be that, you weren't going out on dates. You weren't, you lost your edge. You weren't doing things for yourself anymore. You weren't hanging out with your friends. You texted first all the time, and you did way more in your messages. You chased the other person, and eventually the effort level got out of balance between how much you were putting in and how much they were putting in. It became too easy for them, and eventually they lost respect, and they just didn't have gratitude for you anymore. Now, regardless of whatever the reason was that your ex left, there's very specific things that you can do in response to whatever the origin of them leaving was. And if you want some help understanding why your person left or what to do next, what you can do is click into my profile here, and there's a link right here. When you click on this link, you can get connected with me by either asking me a question or booking a phone call, and I'd love to give you a hand in getting your ex back.